Hey folks, just doing a quick video tonight. This is for a contest being run by Ronnie's Record Room. Great channel. So glad that Ronnie has come back and started making videos again. So I wanted to support him and make a video. For this contest, it was pretty simple. He was just asking about albums that you love so much that you just pick it up whenever you see it, especially out in the wild. And so I thought about it because I don't do a whole lot of multiple copies of albums. Partly because I have so many, shelf space becomes an issue. So unless an album has something significantly different, like song tracks that are on one but not on the other, or just really different artwork or something of that nature, and it has to be a group that I really care about, then I'll sometimes have multiple copies, but generally I don't have a whole lot. Well, this album that I'm going to show tonight, or these CDs I'm going to show tonight, are pretty unique. The album that I am presenting for this contest is The Vigilantes of Love, Audible Sigh. The Vigilantes of Love, I believe, were a Georgia-based band led by Bill Maloney. I think Bill's living out in the Midwest now, and occasionally does vigilante albums, but does a lot of just plain solo work. Even for the Vigilantes projects, he's the principal songwriter. So of this album, I actually own 3 copies, and they're each different. Now, I sat down and took the CDs, and I wrote out all the tracks and to kind of line out, what was on, how are each copy significantly different. What I found out is that across the 3 CDs, there were 16 different songs that were part of the Audible Sigh record. The first and last copies each have 13 songs, but 3 of them are different. The track orders on each of the 3 CDs, they're all over the place. So, yeah, it took a minute. Unfortunately, I lost that envelope that I wrote all the tracks on, and it just was too much work for me to try to do it again. Now, this first CD, it was put out by True Tunes, which was a kind of an independent label that's no longer out there. It's a Christian label. I would describe Audible Sigh as being kind of a faith-based album that maybe is kind of heartland rock, sort of. Yeah. It's kind of hard to give a real great description, but I would say sort of heartland rock, sort of roots. Excellent album. This was produced by the alternative country legend Buddy Miller, one of my favorite musicians of all time. The guest stars on this album are amazing. Um, Buddy Miller played on this album. His wife Julie contributed backing vocals to at least 3 songs at some point. One song that's been on all 3 copies is a haunting song called Resplendent, which features background vocals by Emmylou Harris. One of the musicians that contributed mightily to this album was Phil Madeira, who plays Hammond B3 organ, and he's a member of Emmylou Harris's backing band. And of course, Buddy has served as her band leader as well. So there are those connections. Like I said, this first CD was put out by True Tunes. On the front, at the top, I don't know if you can see it or not, it says True Tunes Presents. At the bottom, it says limited edition pre-release. I believe I picked this up at the Cornerstone Festival, maybe in either 99 or 2000. This particular copy doesn't have a whole lot as far as if you pull out the, it's just 2 pages. Not a whole lot of liner notes, but, and then, of course, that's what it looks like on the inside. But it does have, I believe, 13 tracks on it. So that was the first copy I picked up. The second copy looks very similar. Except where True Tunes Presents at the top has been replaced with Bill Maloney and Vigilantes of Love. This album, I think, has fewer, maybe a couple tracks fewer than the other 2. But it makes up for it in that there's an EP in the back. Room Despair, Recent Sketches. And the five songs on the demo are exclusive to this edition of the album. And this was put out on Compass Records in 2000. The hype sticker on the front says, it has a quote from Buddy Miller that says, "The poetry and intelligence of Bill Maloney's songs rivals Dylan's." Also has a blurb from Rolling Stone saying, "Compelling and insightful." So that's the 2 CD version that Compass Records put out. Then it got put out one more time. Believe this was again on True Tunes. Different cover, and going bolder with Bill's name, Bill Maloney and the Vigilantes of Love, Audible side. This has a more extensive booklet. It's got some cool stuff in it. I think that's Bill playing harmonica, got some nice lyrics. Probably of the three, the most extensive liner notes of the three. And that's the three versions. There's the back. Yeah, so that's the three versions of this album that I have. Don't we just want just one more? Well, this year, Audible Sigh was put out on vinyl. I don't have it. When I went to look at the project, I wanted to sign up for the pre-release, and he wanted $75 for the album. And now the album is a double album. It's a gatefold, I believe, and it has all six. I looked at the track listing. It has all 16 songs that have appeared on all of the different versions of the album, plus all of the songs that were on the demo. $75. That's a chunk of change. Well, right now, between now and Christmas, there's a couple codes that are on, I think, his Facebook page. One takes 25% off of the album, and then the other code takes another 20% off, so you can get up to 45%, and they've said that on the page. That makes me want to get it. That starts bringing it down to what I would expect a double album to cost. But it's one of those things. He's also got a deal where you can get 4 of his newer CDs for $10 each. And so do I want to spend $40 to $50, probably more like $50, to get one album that I've already got 3 times on CD, or to get 4 CDs of music that I haven't heard yet? But it is this album. And this album makes it hard for me to say no. I need to go ahead and get the LP and then work on getting the others. I don't know what to do. And that's the dilemma, isn't it? So anyway, this is my entry. Like I said, Ronnie has a great channel. I enjoy his videos so much, and but of course, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you're watching Ronnie's as well. Just glad to see him back. So thank you, Ronnie, for running this contest, and to all the other folks out there, we'll be seeing you soon. Hope you're having a great weekend. Good night.